Hi girls, welcome back to another episode of Girls Like Me. Today we have Anna on the podcast. I'm really excited to have Anna because we have been friends for a few years now and I actually haven't seen her in a while. So it's going to be really nice to catch up with her. So Anna, introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you do?
Hi, my name's Anna. I am a fitness online coach.
Yep.
I also do property.
Yep.
I do service accommodation on the side as my cash flow business. And then I also have a business in television where I do camera work.
Nice. Anna's always busy. Like if you follow her on social media or fitness, like you'll see that she does 100 different things all the time and she's really busy. But yeah, so how did you, because obviously you've mentioned 3 different businesses there. How did you get started or what came first? Like where did it start?
It's different though because passion-wise, fitness started first because obviously I've been training for now just over 7 years.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know 7 years.
It's a long time. It doesn't feel like it, because now it's just like a lifestyle. We just like go every day. It's
that
like
makes me feel a lot better about life now.
Why?
I didn't think it was that long. I was like, I need to be like on my fitness journey like that. But 7 years is a good, consistent time.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't always perfect. It wasn't always like, good workout. Like the first, I want to say 3 years were rough. Like I had no idea what I was doing. So I was just like playing along what works for me, what doesn't work for me. And that's how that started.
Yeah.
Then, I went to uni and I was like, I need a career because I didn't know I wanted fitness as my career. So then that's when I got into telly, cameras, I love filming and I love like editing and stuff like that. So I was just like, that should be fun. And then, I got a job at ITV. Then I became...
Oh my God, I forgot you worked at ITV.
Sponsored load.
You worked on like, wasn't it Good Morning?
Good Morning Britain.
Yeah.
This morning.
That's mad to think that you were behind the camera doing that. I forgot about all of that.
It's hard.
Is it hard?
Yeah, it's hard.
Really?
Long hours. Not that anymore because obviously that was okay-ish because it was like my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Then I became freelance.
Yeah.
So that's how then I started that business side of things.
Okay.
And then I don't know, like I was like, do you know what? Why not pursue fitness as my business? Because I love it so much and stick to what you know and be the best at it, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, how can I, help other women? Because I just train women. So how can I help other women and train them, but not be there physically? Because I want to be able to help as many women as possible. And I'm only one.
Yeah.
So that's how I started my online fitness coach.
Yeah.
And that's going good. And then property, it feels like I'm like this. Property started 3 years ago, I think. 2020, 2021. So about 3 years ago.
I think I met you in Renato in 2021 as well. So about then, yeah.
Probably that, yeah. So that's how we started our property journey. Service accommodation, Airbnb and all that. Because you do it too.
Yeah.
So you know how hard it is. But it's great. I mean, it's going good. It's hard to shuffle. But
no, I wanted to ask because it just popped into my head then.
Go on.
You've mentioned about the cameras and stuff and the... What do you call it? The freelance stuff. What would you say that's called that you do?
Camera.
What's the word for it? Like, what's the title for it?
Well, title is camera operator.
Okay.
Right. So that's the role, and the business is just telly. It's TV business.
Okay.
The freelance.
So explain to me the freelancing aspect of it, because obviously you were doing it before for ITV, and then how did you turn it into your own business as like freelancing? Like, what was the process of that?
So I was staff.
Okay.
At ITV.
Yeah.
So that's how I started. I left uni to go to ITV. So that was my job for 2-3 years nearly. And then I was like, I'm capped money-wise. I need to make more money. So I was like, how can I change that? So I knew by going freelance, I could work in other shows.
Okay.
And when you are freelance, you get paid more than if you're staff in any TV business. So then I was like, right, this is the perfect opportunity. I know what I'm doing. This is. I know I've got my contacts. I've built all my contacts. I was doing a lot of work experience, a lot of work for free in other shows to get the contacts in. So then when I was like, I've built all my contacts, I'm ready to leave. I left, registered my business.
When did you leave?
3 years ago.
Mad. I didn't know it was
2
that.
years ago.
I didn't know you was. I still thought that you were working for someone. When I first met you, I thought that was a process. I didn't know that you was completely doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
Freelancing.
Yeah. It's basically like when they need your services, they call you.
Okay.
So it's like if the phone doesn't ring, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
Type thing. But like when you've built your contacts, when people know that you're good or like you're, you know what you're doing, you're not stupid, then people will call you anyway.
Yeah.
But you need to keep like at it. You can't just relax.
Because you've been able to travel with that as well, haven't you? So where have you been traveling?
That's with esports. So I've been to Brazil this year, which was amazing. That was a highlight because I brought my mum with me as well.
Yeah.
So Brazil, I've been to Denmark, I've been to Manchester.
Manchester, shut up. Did you go somewhere in America or did I make that up?
Atlanta.
Oh, you went to Atlanta.
I went to Atlanta and I went to somewhere else. Paris.
Oh, okay. That's nice though. And they pay for like all your travel costs and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Decent. Decent.
It's good. It's long hours, but it's good because you're there for work, but you still have like an hour to explore. Like you wake up earlier or whenever, like you just go and see the city or stay for another day.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Nice. And then when I remember seeing some of your stories as well, when you went on one trip, I don't know what it was like the first time you were flying alone or something like that. What trip was that?
That was Paris.
Oh,
that was last year.
How was that?
Awful.
Really?
Do you know what? I got the call the day before at 11
Because I know you don't like crowds and stuff, do you? Like, you don't like being around people and like, Anna will always avoid everything. Like, I can't believe I seen a story of you as well. You went out clubbing like a few months ago and I was like, I didn't even know that you like entered that phase of your life now and you're going clubbing and stuff.
I walked in and I wanted to get straight out. But then I was like, you know what? It's to celebrate Renata's birthday, my partner. Let's go. We went, hated it. But you know what? It's fine. I've done it, I don't need to do it for the next...
Was that your like first and last time that you've been clubbing or have you been recently?
But I go maybe clubbing once every 3 years. So that's that for 3 years now. But traveling to Paris was something. Like it was, do you know what? It was a good thing for me to overcome certain fears, Because I got the call... I don't know. I mean, I'm a control freak. Like, I need to know where I'm going, who's going to be there, how am I going to get there, what's everything around me. Like, I need to prepare myself mentally.
Yeah, I'm the same.
But, so I got the call at 11 a.m. the day before. I need you in Paris tomorrow at 6 a.m. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Where? Paris? Is that a road in London? What is this? And he went, no, it's a job for 2 weeks. I'm like, 2 weeks? That was like my first ever time alone, away. I was like, oh my God, okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm in. I was like, do you know what?
I love that you pushed yourself to do that as well.
Yeah. I was like, do you know what? Lean towards the sharpest part of the sword, what they say, right? So I was like, yeah, I'm in. And then, I went and I actually really enjoyed it.
Good.
Really enjoyed it. I was like, this is a good tick because then I could do it again and again and again.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. And then in terms of like yourself, fitness wise, because that's what most people are going to know you for, like if they follow you on social media and stuff, like you're smashing it in the fitness world. So how did you get started fitness wise? Like talk to me about that journey and where it all began for you.
I don't want this to get too deep. So
it can get as deep as you want it to be.
It's okay. So how did it start? How did I start my actual fitness journey or the business side of things?
I'd probably say your fitness journey, like for you personally. When did you decide, like, enough's enough, that I want to change my lifestyle?
Yeah.
And how did it start?
That was 7 years ago, or just over 7 years ago.
Yeah.
That was, don't know exactly when it was, but I was with Renata already. And
you've been with him for 7 years?
I know, no ring though. Is this a red flag? Can anyone help?
He actually needs to pattern that, I'm not going to lie.
No, but so I was quite overweight when I was, about 7 years ago. Yeah. I was overweight. Let's call it by the name. I was fat. And I was very uncomfortable with that.
When you say overweight, how overweight? Like what size were you?
I was size 14.
Okay.
So I'm size 6 now.
Okay.
So, I mean, for some people that might not be the whole that's not even fat. But to me, how it made me feel. Yeah. That's how I felt, Mm-hmm. So it's enough for me to not be able to go out you know, to wear tight dresses
Yeah.
or have my legs out, my arms out, you know, be intimate with your partner without having to worry about
What does my body look like?
turn
Yeah.
off the lights, get
Yeah.
the throw, you know. So that was enough to ruin my day to day, let's
Yeah.
call it like that. And there was a time that I was in my bedroom and we had an argument. I don't remember what it was about, but I was in my bedroom and I just kicked him out of the room. I exploded. I don't know the reason why, but I exploded. And then I was just there looking at myself in the mirror, which is not something I usually, I didn't do that, you know, because I was just like, I don't like what I see in the mirror, so I just avoid them completely.
Yeah.
Actually, the mirrors I had in my bedroom were the square IKEA ones, but
So you couldn't see your
you
body.
couldn't see from like, I had 2 rows of those, but you couldn't see from waist down.
Okay.
So like maybe like here, you know? So you couldn't see legs or anything like that, but you could see like your belly, your arms and stuff. But yeah, I was just kicked him out of the room and I stared at myself in the mirror and I was just like, I was in my head saying all these, you know, negative things. How did I let myself get there? Like how our relationship is going downhill because of me. Like blaming myself for things that are happening because he's an angel. Well, you know, he's an angel, but I lost.
No, he is. He's really nice. I know I just
so
pulled a
sweet.
face, but he is really nice. I'll give him that.
No, he's also so supportive. But yeah, so that was the time that I said, I looked at myself in the mirror. That was it. I looked at myself in the mirror and I was just thinking like in my head, how did I let myself get into this?
Yeah.
Like I hate what I see in the mirror. I start crying and I was just like, I was so angry at myself because I knew that it was because of me that our relationship was getting ruined. Like we couldn't be intimate, you know, we couldn't be open. I would always have like a pillow in my belly or something. If we were sat down like talking like this, I'd have a pillow to cover my belly.
Really?
It was almost like not purposely done. It was already like a thing that I used to do anyway, and you don't even realize that's actually affecting you.
Yeah.
And then, so I was there, and then I started crying in silence because my parents were still in the next room.
Really?
Yeah.
So we were arguing like in front of your parents and everything? Okay.
Yeah. Well, we were in my bedroom.
Yeah.
But my parents were outside.
Okay.
But obviously they can hear and everything. Yeah. And sometimes you just need to explode, and I couldn't because I don't want my parents to know that I'm crying.
It's just a bit,
So it was just like trying to explode inside, but like you're so angry because you can't let it out. And I just like, I start pinching my arms, my belly, my legs. I was so angry, you know, like proper pinching, like the point that it doesn't hurt, but you're pinching yourself hard enough, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just in that moment for like 20 minutes. I sat down, I was crying, and I was blaming me, but blaming everything else. You know, like, oh, it's because this happened to me, or because this person treated me like this, or because my parents, whatever. And it's just like
a victim mindset.
Yes. Yeah. And it's like, that's when, like, you need to start blaming yourself because you are the one in control of your health and fitness, right?
Yeah.
This is your body. No one can treat it if you don't treat it, you know? So after being there for about 20 minutes, I just came to the realization that I am the cause of everything. Like I let myself get to this point. Yeah. I forgot about myself to put others in front of me. And I was like, enough is enough. Like I need to now put myself first because I deserve it. And it's only because of me that I'm in this situation, you know? So enough is enough. And, you know, all these thoughts that, and again, I don't want this to get too deep because I've overcome it and I've dealt with them. But like bad thoughts, you know? And I was like, there's enough. I need to change. I need to start taking responsibility for what I've caused, and I need to change. I need to put myself first, which a lot of women forget these days.
Yeah, they do.
Because we're very people pleasing, and we don't want to be acting bossy. We don't want to be acting, you know, like, oh, just because we say something in a certain way, then we're rude. You know, like all these little things, like we are people pleasing.
You think about how you come across as a girl, don't you? Like if you're someone that's very like, and I feel like this is you now, and I feel like this is where this is why we're friends basically, because you're like, this is who I am, and this is it, and this is done. Yeah. Like you're very much, and I think even me, I'm that person now, but before I would have been like, oh, I don't want people to think I'm this, I don't want people to do that. So I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. I think we think alike.
Yeah.
That's why we get along, because we were both that person before. We were both that women that we just like, oh, I'm just going to try and agree with that opinion because that's the majority of people that agree with that. So if they agree with that, I'm going to go with that.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, even if we're 10 and 9 of them say this and I say the other way, I mean, that's it. Like, this is what I think, and it's okay. You know, this is why opinions exist. But that moment, that's when I said that enough is enough. I'm going to put myself first and my health first. I'm going to start loving myself because I never did. And I never had that feeling. And I should have never started a relationship before I done that.
Okay.
Because it's not fair to be with someone when you're not ready to even love yourself. So you can't love someone else. You know, you can't have your, what's it called? Like your, not demands, like, what's it called?
I don't know what you're trying to say. Like your needs or what?
Yeah, like your need, like what you need, what you want, what you don't want from a person. And you don't know that because you don't love yourself. So you haven't put those boundaries in place.
Okay, so I'm asking you a question then. So how did you, because you said that you were with Renato during that period.
Yeah.
So how have you been able to transition that where you have obviously stayed with him? Because for a lot of girls, when you go through that, it's like, I feel like I'm in this phase now, but I'm loving myself like by myself. Whereas I tried to do it with someone on that journey and it didn't work out for me, which is why I'm here. But it's like, you've obviously done it. You two have stuck together. And obviously I know you've had your problems here and there, but like you're a really nice couple. Like you are a really, really nice couple. So what did that look like? Because you're saying that obviously you need to love yourself first before you obviously love him and are loved by him. So how did that like happen? Or
I have to give myself, like, I have to take my hats off to him.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Like, I was trying to, it's weird because you were kind of like, how do I act in this situation? Do I put myself like, no, this is my opinion, or do I agree with him? What, you know, like in arguments, how do I, you know, it's very weird because you're kind of trying to find yourself again while you're going through this journey, while you're learning how to, you know, do certain exercises. What food do I eat? You know, all these emotions, all these feelings, and you're so overwhelmed. And then you still have a partner that you have to be like, how do I behave now towards him? This is a long process. This is not like okay, I've started my fitness journey in a month's time, I'm a different person.
Yeah.
It took years for me to get to where I am today. And he was the best support I could ever ask. Like, he was never that person or that guy that's like, well, if you don't want to, just gonna.
And you know what, as well, guys, like, if you know Anna, she is like a what's the word? Like a firecracker. Like, she's very like
Latino.
Very, yeah. Do you know someone? It's just a thing where someone like putting the hot and sun, like, no, Renato. Like, that is her on a daily basis. So I'm like, it's a lot, but it's not. It's who you are, and I love it.
He's the opposite.
Yeah.
I think that's why we work. He's the calm down. I'm like, what do you mean calm down? What do you mean? It's I know it's okay. I'm like, what do you mean? It's literally like we're completely different, but we work really well. And the thing, like, he knows where he is at. He knows his person. I know my person, and now it's a match. You know, like we complement each other. We grew together. We molded together, and it was difficult. But again, it worked, but it could have not worked at the beginning when I was trying to find myself, because a lot of relationships do fail because it's like, well, I didn't meet you like this. Now you're changing into this
person,
badass, you know, like boss, whatever. Like, I'm like, I don't like this. But no, he was proper like, you go for it. Like,
yeah, but Anna, like, look at you. I'm sorry, but if it was me, of course, I'd be like, I'm staying.
This is an investment.
Trust me. But yeah, obviously I know you've got your girls and you do your online fitness coaching business as well. So in terms of getting started or how you are with your girls, what would you say if someone watching this on the girls like me is to sit there and say, you know, they want to start their fitness journey? Where would you kind of begin? Because for me, what I struggled with is I might see fitness girls like you that already have the body that are kind of like into it. Like, you're a fitness girl, you've been a fitness girl for years now, and for someone just starting off, it can be a bit more intimidating. Like, mine and your body, like, I would love your bum. Like, I've just said, it looks so juicy now. Like, she's been putting the work in the gym. But for me, looking at my own body now, I feel like that's so out of reach for me. Do you get what I mean? And I feel like that's what a lot of people will feel like on social media. So what would you say for someone who is starting off? Because I feel like I've gone through the process now where I've been on a cut, like let's say I've lost the weight, but now it's like I want to start shaping and sculpting and actually entering my gym phase. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So what would you say?
I think the problem here,
Okay.
the core problem
Okay.
of everyone, it is social media.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it's very easy to be like, oh, I want that. But people don't think that took 7 years.
Yeah.
You know?
And you are very, very realistic on your social media as well. Like, I'll give that to you.
When I was on a bulk, it was horrible. I felt horrible. And I was sharing that because it's important to share that. But when a lot of people don't share those, not a negative, but more like the not so successful like emotions.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I don't want to share this because I've got rolls coming out of my jeans and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me, I drove all the way like this because I'm still trying to lose my bulk, you know? Like do you know what? It's awful.
I just said to Anna before we even sat here, I was like, these jeans, I really struggle to buy jeans. So these are a size 10 and they don't fit me properly. And like, you can see how baggy it is. And I'm like, I look like I've got a willy. And even in some of my other trousers, like work trousers, I think I've recorded a podcast before and I looked at it, I was like, I look like I've got a willy. Like I've lost weight, but just trying to fit something that fits it so hard.
No, but hats off to you because you've lost so much weight since we last saw each other. So that just shows that you are doing something right, right? But it can get very overwhelming when you're starting to kind of like, oh, it's okay to have a goal and to be like, okay, I want to look kind of like this. So what can I do to get there?
Yeah.
And a lot of people think, oh, to lose weight, you need to do tons of cardio.
Yeah.
When I started my fitness journey, there was no cardio. I didn't do any cardio.
Okay.
And it was intimidating because I was straight into the weights room and it was very male orientated. It still is.
That took me like a good year to get into the weight section, and now I can walk in there so confidently. But I promise you, Anna, I used to walk into the gym, walk around, and then just walk back, like, and then just go on the treadmill or something like that. And then because I just physically didn't want to, or I thought that everyone was looking at me, or it's weird. Like it's such a weird feeling for girls, and I don't know why. But obviously there are creeps in the gym as well, so I do understand why.
No, there is.
It makes sense.
You need to think before you even step into the gym. You need to have a conversation with yourself, and you have to think like, right, why am I doing this? First of all, who am I doing this for? What's my vision? What's my purpose? And is it about me? Yes, great. Then you've got all the things that you need to tick. If it's about you and you're doing this for you, nothing else matters in the gym. Okay, there will be creeps. I still have creeps in the gym, and I'm 7 years in. And it will be another bloody, 10 years and there will still be creeps.
Yeah.
Guess what? It's like life.
Yeah.
If you do good or bad, people still talk, right? So you choose. So you either choose to stay how you are now, which is uncomfortable, or you do something about it and you change. And you do have to go through this way where it's like uncomfortable and I don't know what I'm doing. People are looking at me. You have to sit on that emotion and be like, okay, but I need to push through it because that's being uncomfortable. So if you're sitting on that uncomfortable, something's changing inside. You're telling your mind that it's okay to be in that situation.
Put this on silent. Because I don't know which one it is. Fucking holiday about Dubai. Now is not the time. Dubai can wait, go on.
You have to sit on that emotion uncomfortable because then it's changing. Something is changing in your mind. You're teaching your mind that it's okay to be in a vulnerable position, and you're telling them, you're telling your mind that I'm going to stay here regardless of what you're saying to me. Okay? So my advice is go in there, go do it, do your way, find help, ask for help. Why are so people scared of asking for help?
This is another thing, like, who have I asked for help in the gym? I think there's only been one guy, and it's because he gives me like nice friendly vibes. Apart from that, I've never asked anyone else for help in the gym. Even though I will, like, I'm saying that people stare in the gym, but I also have a really bad resting bitch face.
You do,
and I love it. I have a really bad resting bitch face, which I'm working on. I put that as one of my goals for the year, like to work on my smile and how I come across. I also have a really bad staring problem. Like I could just be staring at you, even though I'm not staring at you, I'm thinking about something. And I notice myself doing it in the gym. Like there'll be girls and I'll be staring at the girls in the gym generally because I'm like, I want to watch what she's doing, or she looks like a, and then I realised like I'm probably staring at her like for a proper rest, and she's just like looking at me like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, I need to ask for help sometimes as well. But I don't know. It's just it's like a weird thing. I think for me, at the phase that I'm in at the moment, it's like I want to get the consistency and the routine and everything, but I feel like because I don't know what I'm doing and I'm entering that phase now, it's like it's hard. Like I said to you, I've had a PT. I've not had any sessions with her recently because she's been on holiday, I've been on holiday, whatnot, but having someone there makes me feel a little bit more safe, like and then when I go to the gym by myself, because obviously I can't afford PT like every single gym session that I have, which is what a lot of girls are going to be like, because sometimes it's very expensive as well, like the fitness industry and stuff like that. And then I think I've just trained myself to say it's not actually expensive, it's just a lifestyle. Do you get what I mean? Just make those choices. But with me now, I'm like, I know I need to start lifting. Like even you messaged me. I put
get out of that treadmill right now.
Put a story literally 2 days ago that like I've not been on the treadmill for a few months. She was like, you need to get in the fucking weight section, and I was like, I know, I'm trying.
Listen, the image I try to portray on my socials is the gym is not that serious.
Yeah,
I am so silly when I'm in the gym.
Yeah, she is.
I trip. I still don't know how to work with some machine. That's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Why is the fitness industry such a thing of like, oh, if you're doing an exercise wrong, bless you. If you're doing an exercise wrong, then you're banned, or like you're never gonna. It's okay. You're learning. Embrace that journey, because that's when you reach that like first goal or whatever, you're gonna be like, I had to go through all of that, and now I'm here.
Get here,
Embrace it. And ask for help, but actually ask for help to someone that you actually trust and is willing to give you that advice without an agenda, you know? It's willing to be like, can you just give me an advice? Am I doing this wrong? Am I doing this right? Yeah, you're doing it great. Perfect. Just here and here. Perfect. Great. That's it. Move on. Next. You know?
I'm going to start using that. Oh, I'm going to try my hardest to start using it. It might take a few months, I feel like, but slowly, but surely. Yeah.
It's not a physique thing. Fitness is not just about the body. You train your mind a lot. Yeah. Think about it.
For me, mentally, that's what it is, because this is why I had to have a PT at the beginning, because I know mentally I give up. Yeah. Straight away, I used to give up, and I'll own that. Now, I've started to push myself, which is why I feel like I've been able to lose the weight even not having her there. But sometimes to do the weights and this, it's like, I'll pick the easier option in my mind. Yeah. Like I know when I should be adding another weight on or whatever. And I'm just like, nah, I'll just do this another time. Like, it's working. And then I'm like, no. But that's what I need to do in order to start building and whatever else. So yeah.
Think about it, right?
Yeah.
I see the gym as like the outside world. When you go to the gym, you train to fail. You're literally training to fail. You've got 10 reps of 3 sets or whatever it is, right?
Okay.
You're training to fail. Because you're not trying to get to 10, you're trying to get to your failure most times. You're trying to push up until your 10th rep, right? Yeah. But sometimes you fail and you do it again and then you do it one more time, right? When you're outside and you still keep going to the gym every day, when you go outside and you fail in your business, you stand up and you carry on. You fail again, you stand up and you carry on. So if you take that attitude to the gym, from the gym to outside, then it's a lifestyle, okay? So when you go to the gym, you train to fail. So when you fail outside, it's okay, because you're used to that.
Yeah.
But you've trained your mind and you told your mind that it's okay to have a no. It's okay to have a phone being put down on you.
Yeah.
It's okay to have a girl saying, I want to be trained by you. And then next day, I don't want to. Don't know why, but okay, great. Like it's okay. Things happen. Business is not great. It's not always great. Fitness is not going to be always great. I have my
How would you say then, like, obviously, because you've developed a lot as a person. I feel like we both have as well. Like,
you've changed a lot.
Since first meeting you as well, like, you've gone, like, whoa. And I don't know if I think it was a lot to do with Tell the World for both of us.
That just gave me goosebumps when you mentioned the name.
Yeah. But even, like, until you mentioned UCL as well, I forgot that we both did that together the first time. Do you remember we was in the same group as well? And you've got a fear of heights.
And I can't swim. I just can't swim. I'm scared. I'm going to drown. And that's my biggest fear.
And I've got a fear. I've not got a fear of heights, but I've got a fear of being on the edge. And
you were on edge.
I remember. Where was we? Was it Wales or Scotland?
That was Wales.
Was it Wales?
I think so.
I don't know.
It was Wales.
It was Wales. It was a few years ago. And you were at this top of a cliff. Do you want to call it a cliff?
It was a cliff. It was a massive cliff.
And you've got to obviously jump off this cliff like into the water. We've got on like wetsuits. Did we have life vests and stuff as well? Yeah, we must have because you can't swim. And Anna was at the top of this cliff for about, I want to say 35 minutes. It was getting to the point where it was just like, it was too long. But obviously you was dealing with it. And I've never seen anyone act like that over heights. Never, like never. It was like, you were crying, you were shaking,
I'm facing
you'd
death.
walk to the edge, then you'd not, then you walk to the edge, then you're not, and then after like 40 minutes, then you jumped in the water, and everyone was like, fucking hell.
And we had to do it twice again.
Yeah. It was so funny. And I remember I was like, Anna, you're a leader. Come on.
No.
I don't think I've ever seen you cry like that. And then when it was my turn, you have to climb up like this tree. Do you remember? And then you do the zip line thing. Bro, I was hugging that tree for like a good 20 minutes.
Don't let go, I'm not.
And there was like an instructor person at the top. She was like, come on. I ignored her the whole time. She's
not talking in English.
I was like, I'm not speaking to you. And I was hugging this tree because I don't know what it is. And then you're meant to stand up and jump off. I think I sat down.
You sat down and you had your
It was really bad. But yeah, regardless of that, like I feel like we've both developed, like especially you as a person, like you're confident, your social media is booming. I know you don't want to be called an influencer, but you are a fitness influencer. Like you're doing really well on social media. And just like, you're just this boss, not even boss babe, because sometimes I don't like it, but you're just a force for like, I don't know. And I know you sat there saying like, I'm going to do this, my goals are this, I'm going to make this much. Like for you to get to this mindset and journey, like what was the moment for you? Was it tell the world or?
Oh, mate. Tell the world.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if your viewers know what Tell the World is, but it's basically...
Actually, I don't think I've spoke to anyone about... I think I might have mentioned it in my solo episode, but it's a personal development program that we've both done. But if you want to explain it a little bit more...
We can't.
Yeah, we can't. Because and everyone speaks about this, because you sign an NDA and you're not allowed to like actually tell people what you did on it, because you did, you just honestly like...
It just basically, it's a 4 intense days that you're just going through it. You're doing some growth individually.
Yeah.
And it's a reset.
Yeah.
That's how I can explain it. It's a reset that you're working on your fears, your traumas, your doubts, your limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
Your leadership and your vision. That's pretty much it. But you go through dark roads, deep. You have to go to the root of the problem to be able to...
I would say it's like, you're not there as a person, you're there as a soul. Like you go there to fix your soul. That's what I would say it is. Yeah.
100%. And it's so mad to see how vulnerable everyone in that room gets. Even the biggest, strongest, they break down. Yeah. And that shaped the hell out of me. The first Tell the World, that was when I was like, I'm in. I'm oh mate, world, watch me. That's when I was like... I had so much to work on. Everyone has. Yeah. And as you grow, you still have more stuff to deal with because new problems, new businesses, new people, new relationships. But I worked on so many deep things that happened to me in the past because I'm from Portugal. So a lot happened there. A lot of traumas because obviously when you're a child, that carries with you until you decide to accept them and work through them. Yeah. So I was always this in the shadow. I was this person that was always in the shadow. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be like someone's looking at me talking.
That's so crazy that you say that, because I can never imagine that you now. Yeah. And that's crazy.
Yeah. It wasn't easy to be like accept that this is what happened to us while we were in Portugal. Yeah. Accept it because it opened so many doors. Yeah. I never thought I would be where I am today. I never thought that. And I'm so grateful. Every single thing I achieve now, I'm so grateful because I never thought there was a world out there like this, when I was back home. 3 businesses, excuse me, what? Yeah. Being able to rent a place and just pay my rent without having to worry about, is it enough until the end of the month? Is there food in the fridge? Just go down to Tesco's and Asda, just pick it off the shelf. Don't have to look at the price. Yeah. It's a lot, Yeah. Like my parents having a house for them, that's a lot. And you have to, it's very hard to just step down and from that vision and purpose that you're building to kind of like take a deep breath, like you've achieved until here, right? Appreciate this journey, because we're always wanting more. We're always wanting to be bigger, make more money, have more this, have a bigger house, better car, more holidays. But then we kind of, before, your problem was just to have enough money to pay the rent at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And now you're thinking, what's your next car? You know, like, it's, yeah.
Just being appreciative. I think gratitude is a big thing. Like, just being grateful for where you are in your journey. Yeah, I'd probably say the same as you. Like, everything that you've just mentioned is what I spoke about in my last... no, it wasn't my last solo episode. The one before that, which is where I spoke about, like, obviously I'm 24 now. Just being able to buy fruit and veg. Like, I used to think that fruit and veg was so expensive. And now have I specially selected fruit and veg and I love it. And just, like, those things, I never used to be able to do them. But when you say something, it's so small, like, and silly. But same as you, like, pay my bills, pay my rent, like, having money come into my account and just being free, essentially. Like, I don't know, it's such a really, really nice feeling. But I think you've developed so much as a person as well. Like,
it's that the victim mentality, and it's I wasn't always like this, right? So it's now it's all grey, like I become this, whatever. But it's important to see who I was before, because that's what made me get to where I am today, right? Yeah. And to carry my vision and purpose throughout the whole journey it's hard to stay focused because there's so much noise, so many people trying to pull you down. Now calm down, can't calm down of that pedestal, like calm down into that. You don't need to earn that much, you don't need to have more, this is fine. No, let me grow, let me do some growth. I have more to do, I have more people to help, I have a bigger vision than
I love that, more people to help. Let me grow.
That the first thing that, do you know what, I'm not going to start, I'm going to cry, I don't want to do that.
Go on.
No,
I'm not telling you to cry, but go on, speak about it, whatever you was going to say.
Because just going back to the question that you said, like, what was that thing of you wanting to change, and what working on something I told the world was, I can't do it.
You make me cry, Anna.
I actually can't do it.
Is this what your limiting belief was?
No, it was more the I can't do it. I can't do it. So yeah, it's fine. Let's not go there. Sorry.
Let's not look at each other.
No, I can talk about it because I worked on it. Or three tell the worlds, I've worked on this, okay? So I can say it, right? But not a lot of people know my story, and I can't do it. I can't. I actually can't.
You do what you feel you can. Obviously, this is edited as well. So anything that you don't want in or whatever, just do what you can do. Don't push yourself, yeah?
Okay. But I want to because...
you feel like old you deserves it.
Yeah, and people just see the good stuff. People just see the achievements, the now. But when we were in Portugal, there's a reason why we had to move to the UK. You know, it's a beautiful country. I get asked this question all the time. Why did you move to the UK? Portugal is beautiful. Yeah, but it wasn't like, I don't see Portugal as my home anymore. When I'm there, I'm like, I'm done. A week after, I'm like, I need to go back to my house in the UK. That's my home. Not there anymore because I've got so many bad
memories from it.
Traumas that it didn't serve me when I needed it. You know? Or my parents in this case.
Yeah.
But when you're 15 and you're in school, right? This is big ages now, because you're trying to be like, what am I going to do? What career path am I going to choose? Like, what courses am I going to do? Am I going to uni? Like, all these colleges, ages. It's a very vulnerable age, you know? And you've got your friends and your family, your hobbies and everything. And get that all taken away from you because it has to be. And you just have to face it and accept it and just move. Start from zero. I had 2 suitcases. That's my life, you know? And all because... life was tough in Portugal, and you know, we couldn't afford food sometimes, and oh fuck.
Oh, it's okay.
Sorry. It's okay. I actually promised myself I wasn't gonna cry.
Oh, baby.
But I want to talk about it because it's my story, and I never
talk about it then.
Never talk about it.
Yeah, you talk about it.
Yeah, so it was tough because, the simple essentials, my parents paying their mortgage and whatnot. And simply just one day having to hear my parents say, we're leaving, we're moving to the UK. And I was like, why? Why are we leaving to the What do you mean, UK? I can't speak the language. What do you mean? What? Hello? That's it. And all because my country couldn't help us.
Okay.
Or because my parents bought this apartment and that was my mum's dream, buying her home, apartment.
Yeah.
And when she had that dream, it got taken away from her because we couldn't pay, or they couldn't pay the mortgage.
Yeah.
And in Portugal, when you can't pay your mortgage and you've got all these credits that you asked to get the mortgage and everything, they're at your door.
Okay.
They're knocking on your door. They're giving you phone calls. They're threatening you, like, if you don't pay, we're coming.
Yeah.
We're taking everything to pay. So we had no chance but to go. So the bank took the house away from them.
Yeah.
So we had no home. And it was really, really hard. And I never told them this because...
Oh, baby.
Sorry.
You don't need to apologize for anything. Take your time.
I never told them this because I've always been, I can deal with, give me the problems, give me the problems. You just do what you have to do, what do I need to do to help and everything. So my dad came here first.
Yeah.
Me and my mum stayed there for 2 months to get rid of, furniture, sell everything for like €10, whatever it was, like cheap to get rid of, to get some cash in, to be able to then come here and have a place, And my mum then came a month before I did, so I stayed there with my dad's side of the family. And something that they didn't know better, so I'm not blaming them. Okay, but it stayed with me because whilst they came here to get us some sort of foundation, I was there for a month. And I was the one seeing the house all empty. Okay, so I was the one seeing the last piece of the furniture gone, everything. I was the one closing the door. I was the one looking around, and like everything has been taken away from us, just like that. Just because you can't afford your rent, you get put like on the street. You need to leave.
Yeah.
And we're taking the house. So everything you've paid until today, it's ours, type thing, So they've lost everything. And when I shut that door, I think part of me stayed there because you never dealt with it.
Yeah.
You just think it's
That's
just a door.
That's where your inner child is.
Yeah.
Like when you, yeah.
It stayed there because that was my actual home. So when people say, oh, well, you going back home? Yeah, you've got your parents' house there. I have to be like, oh, no, we don't have a house there. It's fine. I'm just going to, you play around, you play a jokey, but it hurts because, like, we don't have a home there.
Yeah.
We're not like the normal Portuguese people that still have a home there, but move to the UK to have better money, but still afford to pay
the home,
house.
yeah.
There's no home, We still need to stay in a hotel when we go back home. So, but that is why I do what I do, because I am going to buy my parents that home,
Oh, Anna, that got me.
I'm going to buy them. And I've had this conversation with them as a joke. I was like, oh, if you were to have a house, would you have it in here or Portugal? They were like, oh, I'm never going back to Portugal because they're her. And I was like, great. So here it is then.
Yeah.
But I want them to have that there too. I want them to be able to go back to their actual home where they lived for 40 years. 40 years.
Yeah.
And suddenly you just have to leave. It's not like that. So this is why I do what I do. And when I lose focus, when I lose I don't want to go to the gym. It's not just about going to the gym. It's the mindset behind it. It's the thought behind it. It's your vision, your purpose. Why are you doing what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
The gym is just another mindset work. It's not about the physique. Okay, it just comes with it.
Yeah, firm believer of that, 100%.
And it's funny how now I'm in property. You know, because a 16-year-old, I had no idea I was going to have this purpose and this vision.
Yeah.
I was just worried about, am I going to be able to say I need to go to the toilet in school? You know, I'm hungry. This and this. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. How are you? Like, I couldn't speak. So I grew very quickly when we moved here.
Yeah.
Very quickly, because I learned the language probably in around 3 months. I was reading books that I didn't understand. I was watching YouTube videos, watching movies with English subtitles, trying to learn the accent, trying to learn the language and everything. And to be able to deal with proper like bank appointments, NHS appointments, talking to the landlords and everything, you know, like all these things, it got put on me, that pressure.
So is your mum and dad's English at the moment, can they speak fluent English, or was it just where they were still learning and they struggled with it? Because usually it's a lot easier for children to obviously learn a new language and stuff like that. Did it take them time to adapt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they still can't speak very well.
Okay.
But they can.
So I'm glad I didn't wear makeup today.
Yeah, fuck that shit. No, they still can't speak very well English, which is fine. I mean, they still can do their stuff, you know, and if they need more of a like, I went to the bank, I tried to explain this, but can you help? I'm like, yeah, of course. You know, I need to book an appointment. Okay, I'll do it, whatever. You know, like if it's more serious, I'm there. If not, then they can deal with it.
Yeah.
But when we moved in here, right, we were in an HMO.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, we were in a HMO. It was a 7-bedroom HMO. It wasn't big. It was just floors with just rooms, you know? And we were sharing that house with 22 people. And we were on the top floor, and I was sleeping with my parents in that room for about 18 months, or just before 18 months.
Yeah.
Now, that is something that also
resonated with you and stuck with you for a very long time.
And it stays with you. And it's like, these are the things that, you know, everyone has a sob story, right? But it's their story. It's the whole purpose of why you're here, right? It's the whole purpose of where you're going and carrying that with you. And it's tough to stay focused and like, there's noise and you're like, oh, am I doing this right? I just want to give up. I just want to hand everything over and just have a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with it, by the way. It's not for me, thank you. But it's not for me.
It's not for me, thank you.
No, thank you. I appreciate respect. I've been there too. I've done it. Don't want it anymore. But it's hard. But then you just like come down to the ground, take the emotion out of it. What's the actual logic, right? What's the reason why you're doing this? Same thing with fitness. Why did you start your fitness? What was the pain?
Yeah.
What was the thought? Carry that thought with you. Carry that feeling. Sit on it and let it stay there because you know it hurts so bad that you never want to go back to that. Okay, so next time you say, I don't want to go to the gym, put yourself back into that emotion, into that feeling. Does it hurt bad enough? Yeah, then you're going to the gym. Then you're going, because that's how bad you want it.
You're literally that girl. I'm not going to the gym. Well, no one asked why you don't want to go to the gym. No one asked.
I didn't ask you.
No one anything.
Okay, great. I don't want to go. Let's go anyway. Why is it okay not to go? I don't want to go to work today. You still have to go. Why is the gym negotiable? Nah.
Yeah.
It's an appointment with yourself that you cannot miss. I always say this. If you're tired, right? I'm exhausted, but you still go into work. And if you're tired and you don't want to go to the gym, why is that okay? Why can you skip the gym, but you can't skip work to work on someone else's business? Huh? But you can't go to the gym to work on yourself.
Own body, yeah, no.
Jesus, does that resonate with you? Am I telling you
what?
what?
Do you know what it does? But I feel like I'm starting to get over that. For example, yesterday was a case of this where I have been exhausted for a good few days, like overworking myself. Work has been a lot. The business is just here, there, like just so much has happened. And I feel like because I have time off or whenever I've gone on holiday, and then when you come back, you've got like a workload from when you've missed off. And that's why I feel like I've been playing catch up recently. And I swear to God, I have my Friday routine. So my Friday routine is about me a little bit with my higher self, like how I would be. So every Friday, it's like a bit of mindset, a bit of fitness. So I'll go to work, I'll finish. In the office, everyone's drinking, like it's Happy Friday, 9 to 5 environment.
The noise.
I've never had an alcoholic drink from the fridge at work on a Friday because I just don't want to do it. Yeah, I'm just like, not that there's anything wrong, because I feel like someone from work might see this. That's not the case. But for me personally, like I set myself up because ultimately the weekends for me aren't weekends. It's just another day to work on my dream life. Yeah. So I go to Marks and Spencer's to buy myself something nice, because I'm training myself that I'm going to shop at Marks and Spencer's, like that's what I want, period. And then I go to the gym, and I swear to God, on Friday morning, I wasn't even going to pack my gym stuff. I was that exhausted. And then I was like, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I'm not giving up on my Friday routine for this. So I put myself in my gym bag. I called it a day. I ended up staying at work a little bit extra, packed it all, got it sorted, and I was exhausted. Like even today, obviously because I woke up, I was meant to go to the gym today. But I thought, no, like I can't push in too much. But I thought, Friday routine, I've made myself the promise, that's it. And then I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow as well. But I think it's just that consistently, I can say I've only missed 3 Fridays in the whole year since starting, and that's because I think one of them I was on holiday, one of them I had to look after my little sister because my mum wasn't in the country, and then the other one I just wasn't feeling well. But apart from that, I've dragged myself, like Friday routine, and then I'll go throughout the week. Consistently, I go gym 4 times a week. Even when I went on holiday, normally I'd be like, yeah, this is time to relax. I still went to the gym on holiday. Like I'm still keeping those promises to myself, slowly. But I think it's more not a victim mindset, but when I go to the gym, I'll be like, oh, let me just do the easier one today because I'm feeling a bit exhausted. That's what the mindset I'm trying to work on now, where it's like, no, you're actually going to go lift weights. No, you actually, I don't care if you're exhausted. So it is a bit of it's a mindset thing, like you obviously said, but I think slowly, but before, I don't know about you, I'm the type of person where I want everything now. Like, I just want to be that now. I'm like, why am I not? So, for example, yesterday, like even on my eating, I told you I'm on a cut. I went to go see family and stuff because it's like the end of the month. The office always has Domino's. So normally I have 2 slices of pizza, had 3 slices of Domino's pizza. Yeah. 3 slices of pizza. 3 slices of pizza. And then I went to my family's house because one of my cousins had a little boy. So I went to go meet the baby. Yeah. And Asian food is just full of calories anyway, So I had something called ukni. Have you had biryani before?
No.
It's like a rice and meat, but it's just full of calories basically and oil,
It's so good. I love Asian food.
I had a big plate of it, Anna, and then afterwards they all ordered dessert and then had 2 scoops of ice cream afterwards as well.
Listen,
all that in one day, but I enjoyed every minute of it because I thought.
I saw your story. You said, "Oh, yesterday I had a bag." Today, look back on track.
So obviously, I prepped all my food. I had yogurt, blueberries, oats. I've got a salad in my bag, which I haven't ate. Like I'm trying to get back on it, but I think it's just more of like old me would have a day like that, and I would tell myself like, "You're a piece of shit. Like you need to this. You're a piece of shit. You need to get back." And I would mentally make myself feel worse, and then I'd go like into a spiral of bad habits or this, and then now I just feel like, okay, it's happened. Yesterday's gone. Just start today, and I think that mindset of starting fresh, just a new day, has helped me. But I don't know. So here we go.
This is when a relationship with food becomes a problem, right? And like eating disorders come in and everything because. I had that thought of like.
I think I did used to have an eating disorder. I'd probably say when I was younger. To be fair, I don't think it was like a diagnosis, but I used to like starve myself essentially, and then eat bad things and eat. So here we go, Dr. Anna.
No, honestly, I am qualified, but I'm not a nutritionist.
Yeah.
But I can say from experience, and I can say from who I've trained, and from me as well, going through it. Relationship with food is rule number 1. Okay, so you can't think that. If you have that meal that is off your meal plan or whatever it is, your routine, it's going to delay your progress. It's your piece of shit, like you said, or you're not going to achieve your goals and this and this and this. It's not, okay? Because it's one meal, okay? Or one day. If you're strict throughout 2 weeks and you're on track with everything and you're training and you're working hard, if you have that meal, have it, enjoy it. Even if the scale goes up the next day, that's just water weight from the carbs that you've eaten the day before. It's not fat. You don't build fat like that. You don't build fat from a meal that you had the day before. It's an ongoing thing. Okay? It's an ongoing situation, okay? Now, I'm not saying have a meal like that every week or
Yeah.
or twice a week, because we still need to have some sort of regiment.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that,
That's the word, isn't it?
soldier. We still need to have some sort of routine, some sort of like structure, some sort of good like a good behavior in the sense, right? Let's call it like that.
Yeah.
But it's good to have that type of meal, because that's a balance. Because if you actually avoid those type of foods, you're going to crave them even more. So then you're going to go into this hate thing, and you're going to hate your journey, and you're going to hate like eating healthy, which is the right way of eating anyway. Let me not get into that. And like, you're going to hate the whole process. So just, do you know what? I'm having a one-off meal off my meal plan.
Yeah.
That's fine, because it's good for your body anyway, and you're enjoying. It's good for the soul. It's a balance. You don't have to strictly just have chicken, rice, and broccoli, which is what I'm currently at right now. But I want a very strict cut. It's fine.
Do you know what though, Anna? Even like with food, obviously you're a fitness girl. When you was on your book, I used to message you like, "How are you actually eating?"
No,
like,
wait.
Honestly,
I remember your message. Why is your food so beige?
It was honestly like, bearing in mind I'm half Caribbean and half Indian. We have spice and everything. She just had like a whole can of tuna on a whole bed of plain rice with like broccoli, and I was just like,
what is this?
nah, no, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
That was tough. The only meal I'm very strict with is the post-workout meal.
Okay.
Okay, because it's the one that you have to be the most aware of.
Okay.
So it's the one, depending on where you're at.
Yeah.
On the bulk, for instance, I'm going to just use that as an example. I was on, that meal had about 900 calories, 1,000 calories. It was a lot. Yeah, it was a very, bloody hell, man. Anyway, it's fine. It's the only meal that you actually have to pay attention, because it's the one that you've just trained.
Yeah.
You need to replenish your body with good, wholesome food.
Okay.
So we want high protein,
Yep.
high carbs, clean, not processed, and some sort of veg as well on the side, but low in fat. Okay, because your body's going to hold on to it.
Okay.
So we're going to want to have a high carb, high protein. That's going to have to be like your biggest meal.
What? I know I'm being silly, but what is high carb, not processed? what do you class in that? Like, what is that?
Okay, so bread.
Okay.
Okay, supermarket bread and actually bread.
Yeah.
Completely two different things.
Yeah.
Right? Bread is supposed to have around 4 to 5 ingredients. Water, rye, yeast, or whatever it is, salt. That's about it. Right?
Yep.
Sourdough bread, best bread you can have. It's good for your gut health. Doesn't spike your I can't say the word.
I don't even know what word you're trying to say.
Do you know what? It doesn't matter.
Glycogen.
No. Do you know what? I can't say the word. It's fine. But anyway, it's very good for your gut health.
Okay.
Bread.
Sourdough is actually my favorite as well, so that's good.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's the best bread you could ever have. Okay. And it's got 4 ingredients in it. And bread from supermarkets, if you read the package, they have like 20. Because they have numbers, emulsifiers, and all these preservatives, and all these shitty things that they put in bread that bread doesn't need to have. That's processed. That's highly processed.
Okay, got you.
We want to stay away from
So just normal like rice, pasta.
Yeah.
Normal bread. Not that I eat a lot of bread, but you know that kind of stuff
Eggs,
is all good.
chicken.
That's carbs.
No, that's protein.
But like
Couscous, pasta, rice, some like kidney beans, chickpeas, like fruit is a carb. It's a carbohydrate, fruit is.
Okay.
So there you go. Yeah, like honey, replace sugar with honey.
Yeah.
It's a carbohydrate, but it's much healthier than pure sugar, for example. That's a good way of swapping the sugar. For example, if you have sugar in tea, put honey, you know? Dark chocolate, 90% dark chocolate, perfect. Not the bloody milky shit that you see there, or like 50% chocolate. Dark chocolate, that's the actual flavor
I like
and
dark
taste
chocolate, so
great.
that's not bad.
Keep it.
I don't have a look. Do you know what? This whole process, and I've not had any chocolate bars. At the beginning of July, I had 3 bars in one weekend.
And why is that?
I don't know.
Because you didn't have any. So if you have a snack cupboard, be smart about it. Have things like...
But I like the popcorn bars that have the chocolate on that are like 70 calories.
Okay. Don't... You know the whole like low fat, low calorie... This is all marketing. Okay, this is all marketing, so don't go for, oh, because it says 70 calories, I'm going to have it. Because if you read the package, the ingredients, it's what matters.
Okay.
So stay away from numbers, emulsifiers, preservatives, anything that you can't read. It shouldn't be there, you know? Stick with wholesome foods, meaning one ingredient only. A chicken is a chicken. An egg is an egg. Couscous is couscous.
So what can I replace my popcorn bars with as a sweet treat? Because I have the Aldi's low-calorie ice cream, and then what else?
Why are you having ice cream low-calorie? Just have the bloody ice cream if you want to have ice cream.
So I thought I'm being good.
You can have a balance. You just need to know how to structure it or ask someone for help.
Because for one tub, it's 371 calories. Versus one thing is like 300 calories. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Okay, so
I can eat a whole tub for that.
Listen, have a balance. Still have good foods to get your nutrients.
You didn't answer my question. What am I replacing the popcorn bars with? Because it's going to throw me off.
Listen, just have normal popcorn. Can you cook popcorn?
I don't want. Who has time to cook popcorn?
Okay, fine.
It's like that big, Anna.
What is it?
It's like a popcorn bar. It's 70 calories.
It's like square things.
It's like that big.
Oh god.
Not squares. That's like the Rice Krispie one. It's like popcorn. I have the Aldi or Lidl ones, and it's just got chocolate coating on the end. That's my like sweet treat. That's what I have instead of a chocolate bar.
Have you seen the ingredients on that?
I don't.
Yeah. So this is the thing. This is when you have to be like, oh, I need to be strict. I need to be like, I really want it.
So give me an alternative then, because I have a sweet tooth.
Oats. Bake oats with chocolate and honey and fruit inside, for example. Make pancakes, but instead of using flour, use oats.
Okay.
You know, there's a way of you can have a sweet tooth and still have a fitness journey, okay?
Yeah.
Don't overthink things. Don't think calories and this. Just enjoy the food, but be smart about it, okay?
I thought I was being smart.
Well, listen, have good food.
Yeah.
If you have good nutritional food, wholesome foods in your diet, then one thing isn't going to delay any progress, okay? We don't want any bad relationships with food, because the food isn't the problem. We are the problem.
I'm the problem.
Society is the bloody problem.
I'm the problem.
Because we get to choose. You go to the supermarket and you can choose what you want to buy.
Yeah.
So do you want to buy fruit, chicken, or do you want to buy Mars and Kit Kats and bloody things? Why do you think that's always on sale? 3 for 1. Yeah, you buy a sourdough bread, which is £6. Lasts me 3 days, bro.
This is why I've been trying to focus more on healthy and not buy that chocolate shit. But it's like, I have a popcorn bar, I eat Pom Bear crisp or Skips, because they're like 70 calories a pack. What else do I have? The diet ice cream, and that's about it. That's my normal go-to snacks on a food shop.
I would recommend, if you want a chocolate, have a chocolate, and don't go for the low this, low that, because that's been ultra processed. For them to be low calorie or low in fat, they had to ultra process that. They had to replace that with something else.
I know you're talking facts right now, but it's really pissing me off.
This is what I love about fitness, because it's so fun. It's so much fun, because you honestly, when you start to know these things, and when you start like, if I want to have ice cream, I'm not going to go for the low calorie ice cream. I'm just going to go for the bloody ice cream. If I want a chocolate, I'm going to go for the chocolate. I'm not going to go for the one that says low fat, this. Nah, just go for the chocolate.
Okay.
That's good though, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm about to get punched after this podcast.
No, you're not going to get punched, and I'm not even mad, even though I feel mad, but it's just like, I was trying, but now it's just like, eat the chocolate, but then in my mind, I'm like, if I eat the chocolate and maybe I just need to stop calorie counting, but then obviously still calorie count a bit, I don't know.
You can still calorie count. If you're doing that, keep doing that.
Yeah.
And if you go over a little bit, it's okay.
Okay.
It's not the end of the world. Like, you don't have to be perfect every day. You don't have to go under or just stay on your maintenance calories every day, or if you're losing weight, calorie deficit.
Okay.
Have a balance, okay? Because you still need to enjoy your food. You still need to enjoy this process, because it can get very overwhelming if you start going to these calculations and this and this. If you've been training for like 10 years or 7 years or whatever, then it's different, because you've already built that foundation. Mm-hmm. You know how the body works. You know this, you know that. Like, it's not so strict. You know, I can be strict.
Yeah.
Because I've worked on that.
Yeah.
So don't try and take 10 steps. Like walk these first.
But I usually do that, Anna. I'm always on the 12
walking?
steps. Okay, I'm listening. I'm taking it in. Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
There you go. That's my advice. Don't try and stop, like, go for the low calorie, low fat, this bullshit. It's all marketing. It's been ultra processed. There's ingredients that's not good for us. It's not good for our bodies.
Yeah.
Health. Yeah. Do you know, I'm not going to go into that because bloody hell, it's very controversial. But we like controversy.
Basically, what's the brand called? Fiber Go, Fiber One Go.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Ana Olivia's basically saying, fuck off. You're full of shit. You're full of numbers.
Jelly 0%. This, you read the ingredients. It's got numbers, preservatives. Do you know what? It's okay.
Right. So, Anna.
Yes.
For you to kind of reach the next level of Anna, yeah, because you're already doing your 3 businesses, you're already here, there, everywhere, fucking every day, doing your whatever else. What's next for you?
So, I have a big goal, but that's a very long-term goal, okay?
Okay.
But it's a stepping stone.
Yeah.
I want to open my own gym, okay? And
I've never heard you say this before.
yeah, it's been, thank you. No, it's a project that's going to take a lot of time because I'm not there yet, and I'm not going to put myself into more pressure. I'm just going to go slowly until I have everything I need and then build my own gym. It means a lot to me to have my own gym, and everything, the whole purpose, the whole vision makes sense.
Yeah.
That's the fitness side of things. I want to create retreats with just women.
Yeah.
Because that's who I train. I just train women.
I think you could do that like over a few months, like within the next year or so.
I could.
Yeah.
I could. It takes a lot of like planning and this and that. I need to do a lot of research, market research. I need to see, what people want, I have kind of an idea of what I want to create. And I think it'll be really good because there'll be a lot of knowledge, but a lot of suffering, like physique, mentally, and everything, which is great. Kind of a you will see type thing, but no jumping off cliff.
This is great when your eyes are popping out your head. I'm like, okay.
You know that. I love it. Yes, that is the aim.
Yeah.
TV business. I'm not going to carry on that for the next 20 years. That's great.
It's like a means to an end.
Yeah, it's great to get funds in and fund the other 2 businesses. That's how I see the TV business.
Yeah.
It's how I bring in, it's how I pay the bills, and it's how it's going to fund both businesses.
Yeah.
So once the 2 businesses have kind of taken care of themselves, that's eventually going to stop. So then my focus could be just straight into fitness. I do property with my partner Renato.
Yeah.
Then he will be taking over more
The property side of things.
I'll be just the investor. And you're not. And then I'll just stay in fitness because that's the passion. That's the passion.
Yeah.
That's what gives me fulfillment. Helping other people, helping women, and just seeing body changes. Listen. I get messages. To today, I get messages of women saying, and I've never trained them, just with what I say, with what I share in my socials, tips and my stories, the struggles, the wins, this and that. And they've lost weight. They've started their fitness journey. They've gone to the gym and they love it. It's now playground for them. It's no longer that strict and everyone's looking. That's an achievement. And I didn't even know. It's just happening, So, and that feeling.
Do you know what? I'm going to say something to you as well.
Oh.
This was like a good year and a half, 2 years ago. I was speaking about you with 2 of my friends. And one of them plays football and one of them does something else, but they're both into the gym and whatnot. And we must have been at an event or something, and I tagged you in a post or something. She was like, oh my God, that's your friend. And I was like, yeah, that's my friend. She was like, I've been following her for so long. Like, I love her fitness stuff. And I was like, that's people you don't even know. Like, but yeah.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
I don't know why I've not told you that before, but yeah.
That's so sweet. But this is what I mean. That the feeling of you're adding some sort of value to other women's life. That is priceless. That there's no money to thoughts about it. It's just the purpose, what you carry with you, and just just them changing their life really for the better. Because ultimately that's what fitness is to change yourself, your physique, but your mindset to be a better person, really.
Nice. So, I'm going to ask you some questions now because
God, I'm joking.
You are a very confident person. Now you are. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll wrap it up soon.
I'll fire answers.
Very confident person. For you to get to this version of yourself, best tips for someone, like seeing you from where you was before to this confident version, for the girls like me, what tips would you give them to be like, boom, because you're very much a powerhouse kind of girl. Like, there's no fucking with Anna, I'll be honest with you. Like, she's very much when she walks in the room, you know she's in the room. Like,
no,
okay,
no, I'm
Ana Oliveira's here.
I'm not that mean. I think to summarize that, based on what we've talked for the past time, find the reason why.
Yeah.
If you have an opinion, carry that opinion. Don't try and be a people's pleasing, or don't try and be a people's pleaser.
Yeah.
No one wants that.
Yeah.
No one wants followers. We want leaders. We want more leaders. So carry how you are without having to apologize about it. If you have an accent, carry that with you. If you're a woman or a man, carry that with you. If you're young, old, carry that with you. Embrace it. Be who you are.
Yeah.
There's no... Listen, it's so bad when someone tries to be someone else or tries to have the personality of someone else.
Yeah.
You're not your own person. You don't know where you are. You don't know where you stand. Just have your own personality and your own person. Carry that with you, because people fall in love with you, who you are. People buy into you.
Yeah.
Not like who you're trying to pretend.
Firm believer. So then this question kind of leads into that. People buy into you. Obviously, you are your own person. I feel like people do really connect with you on social media. Like, if you've not been on Anna's Instagram and she's not, good morning, darling.
Good morning, my darlings.
That's what she says every flipping day. Like, you do really connect with them. But if there are girls out there watching this that are like, they want to essentially build what you've built, or like your number of following and stuff like that, what's the difference between you? Obviously, I know, but for the girls that don't know, what's the difference between you, Anna, and every other fitness girl that you're going to see on social media? Like, or you could directly speak to the girls. If there is a girl out there that wanted an online coach like yourself, what is going to bring them towards you versus every other Instagram girl out there, fitness-wise?
Okay. Relatable. Be relatable. Share when you don't want to go to the gym. Share those emotions. Share when you're winning. Yeah. Share when you're struggling, because you have to be relatable in order for people to trust you. Yeah. If you're sharing all these positive things and, everything's great, it's a facade. It's social media. Yeah. It's not you. It's not who you're struggling at night trying to fall asleep because you're so anxious about this and that. Like, just share. Just be relatable, because people buy into you. Yeah. And when people come to you and they trust you, you need to respect that. And why do they trust you? Because they related with you and connected with you in a way that you've posted before, or you've shared how you felt before. So always be real. Always, if you want to build a business, be ethical. Okay? Have good morals, be kind, be ethical, have your own vision. Okay? We don't need to be rude. Carry your own vision.
We don't need to be rude.
Right? We don't need to be rude. Just be kind, but have good morals. We don't need to be rude here, okay, darling? All right, thank you. Okay. So, no, we don't need to be rude. Be kind, have good morals and integrity.
Love that for you. Love that. I think that's a really nice place to leave it, don't you?
Yeah.
It has been a real pleasure. Thank you for coming down and being on Girls Like Me.
Really,
it was really, really nice. And it was really nice to hear your story as well. Like, I feel honoured that you shared that on
Thank
the
you
Girls
for letting
Like Me
me share that as well.
No, it's really, really nice. And yeah, girls, I will see you on the next episode. See you later. Bye.